and welcome to the online orientation for English 200. My name is Iris Jamal Dunkel, and I'll be your instructor this semester. My office on campus is located in room 1031A, but for the summer, my office hours will only be virtual. If you want to reach me, please call me on my cell phone, area code 408-228-2139, or email me at idunkel@napavalley.edu. The best way to reach me is via email, and I check my email on a daily basis. Just to tell you a little bit about myself, I've taught composition, creative writing, and literature for the past 10 years. I have an MFA in poetry from New York University and a PhD in American literature from Case Western Reserve University. In addition to being a teacher, though, I'm also a poet. I've written 3 books of poetry and published in multiple genres. But you'll learn more about me in the Introductions discussion forum. Before we begin, I want to tell you a little bit about the role of online instructors. Online instructors have a different role in the online classroom than in the traditional classroom. We are here really as your guide on your journey. Now, this is not to say that I don't have a lot of experience in teaching creative writing. I have been in creative writing workshops for the last 20 plus years. I've written 3 books of poetry, I've written novels, I've written all kinds of creative writing, and I'm here to give you that expertise, but you will have to motivate yourself in order to participate within our classroom. So I will guide you, but you have to log in and participate in order to be successful in this classroom. Here's a little bit about online etiquette. Online courses are based on the premise that students learn best in a community. However, some things don't change. The practices of courtesy and respect that apply in the ordinary classroom also apply online and require even more attention. Therefore, please use common courtesy and socially acceptable behavior in all communications, including email, chat, discussion boards, and blogs. Here's some etiquette guidelines. Participate to create a sense of community and to get points. This is especially important in our online environment for creative writing. The more you give to your writing community, the more it will give back to you. Be polite, respectful, and honest. Avoid shouting and flaming. Think before you respond. Shouting is when you use all caps when you're typing, and flaming is when you lash back out at someone. Please make sure you wait at least 24 hours before you respond if you're upset by something. And of course, if someone's upset you in the class, or you feel like you've upset someone and you're concerned about it, please reach out to me. Write clear posts and journals. Communicate with your classmates and instructor. This is very important. Even if something comes up in the class while you're taking the class, I understand that life happens. Don't just drop off the face of the earth. Please contact me and let me know what's going on. There will be opportunities if something drastic happens. We can figure out a way to make you, to give you a way to finish the class. Be present. Don't forget to log in at least 3 times a week. Especially in a class that's moving at this pace, you guys, you need to log in. To learn or not to learn online. Online classes are not easier than traditional classes. They require at least as much time as on-campus courses, and sometimes more. Self-motivation, self-discipline, time management, communication, and organizational skills and patience are necessary traits to be successful in any online class. In this regard, please plan to participate fully and give this class the amount of time and attention needed to learn the material and to be a successful online student. I want to go over a really important academic policy at Napa Valley College. you must abide by Napa Valley College's academic honesty policy. All work for this course must be done by you specifically for this course. Plagiarism involves passing off someone else's work as your own, either by failing to acknowledge others' words or ideas, or by having someone else write any part of your paper. Know the consequences for plagiarizing. An essay or other writing assignment that is plagiarized or that contains plagiarism will receive a failing grade, and multiple offenses will result in a failing grade in this course. All right, so let's talk a little bit about getting started in using Blackboard at Napa Valley College. Some of you have already taken Blackboard classes before at Napa Valley College, and this will serve as a review. But for those of you who have never taken an online course, this part of the orientation will really help you know how to log in and how to be ready to go on the first day of class. So before logging in, you're going to need your student ID number. This can be found on your registration receipt or in WebAdvisor. You'll need access to a PC or Mac computer with the following specifications. You need a good internet connection, you need good computer skills, and you really need an environment where you can focus on your schoolwork. How to use Blackboard. Click on the link below to view the video that gives you an orientation on how to use Blackboard, what to do to log in. Although I will be going over the details of just logging into our class. Also, be sure to bookmark NVC's online education page and the Blackboard login page if you haven't already, so our class is really easy to get to. Step 1. Open your browser and type in the Napa Valley College website address. Then click on Online Education. I realize the screenshot is a bit old. I apologize for that. The link to online education is now in the left-hand corner of the website. Logging into your class, step 2. Click on Log into your class here. It's still located at the top of the page in the left-hand corner. Logging into your class, step 3. Log into the Blackboard login page. Your username was created using the first 2 letters of your first name, followed by the first 2 letters of your last name, followed by the last 4 digits of your Napa Valley College student ID number. That's your WebAdvisor number. For example, if your name is John Smith and your ID number is 2341343, your username would be JOSM1343. Letters in all caps. If you do not know your student ID number, check your registration receipt or log into WebAdvisor. The default password is student in all caps. Logging into class, step 4. Once you do log in, you want to change your password immediately because everyone has the same password. Be sure to change your password to something easy for you to remember, but hard for someone else to guess. You can change your password in personal information on the My Institution page once you're logged into Blackboard. Logging into your class, step 5. To access your online class, click the underlined title to enter the course. Your underlined title for this course will say English 200 with the course ID number. Let's get started. Use the buttons on the left-hand side of the page once you're in our class. Use the buttons on the left-hand side of the page to navigate through the Blackboard website. Current Week will take you to the weekly assignment folder of the current week. This is where you will find the weekly lecture, reading assignments, and links to all of the assignments for the week. There are also buttons for Planner, Course Dialogue, Writing Journal, Syllabus, Previous Weeks, My Instructor, where you will find our class syllabus and textbook information. You must check your email and the course announcements regularly if you want to be successful in this class. Click on Current Week to get started. If you need help And if you have questions, please check out the FAQs and videos on the online education page. Use the link Student Services on the left-hand side of the Blackboard page to get there. Also, check out the Q&A discussion board in Blackboard to see if your questions have already been addressed, or post your questions there and answer others' questions. Email me if you need further assistance. All right, let's talk about our class specifically. Welcome to English 200. I'm going to go through several steps on how to get started in our class. I realize that this is not the most exciting lecture, but I promise it will be much more exciting after this one. So please bear with me as I go through all the details of our class, and that way, during week 1, beginning next Monday, we'll be ready to go and just be talking about creative writing. Step 1, getting started. Our class is broken up. I'm going to go over how to use lessons, how to use our conversations, how to use my reflections, review course basics, review instructor information, and review our textbook information. All of this information is located under Getting Started, Start Here, under Current Week in our Blackboard site. So if you click on that, you'll see all of this information available to you under that tab. Lessons are where your weekly content will be located. Each week, beginning on Monday morning, you'll see a new lesson posted. You'll see your reading assignment will be emailed to you, and you'll see the different the conversation you'll be asked to join, the reflection that you'll be asked to, the journal you'll be asked to write in, the course basics and the instructor information will be available in the site. So bear with me for a second. I just realized as I'm speaking to you that this slide is the slide from my other class. So the titles of the different sections is a little bit different. If you scratch these the way that this is listed here, and if you go into Blackboard and click on you click on lessons, and the first week will say Getting Started, and that is a complete orientation that will show you exactly how to get started. I apologize for having the wrong slide in here. All right, step 2. Purchase required text at the bookstore. Your interactive book is available at the campus bookstore. Please obtain your book before the first day of class. As you'll see by reviewing our course schedule, you already have readings due this week. So the first week of class, you're going to need to complete reading. Our class book, the one required book for English 200 students, is Creative Writing: An Introduction to Poetry and Fiction. If you've already taken creative writing and used the 4-genre version of this book is slightly different. I do apologize, but you will need to get this book as well. You can use a Kindle edition if you'd like, which I think are cheaper. But if that works for you, try to see the cost-saving way to do it. But there are different readings and different. It's completely different than what you've read before. Step 2. This is the continued part for those of you who are in English 201. You have more required books than just the one. You also need to get the Oxford Book of American Poetry. Yes, I know this is a gigantic book, but I promise you it is well worth your investment. It is the best anthology of poetry I've ever found, and I've been searching and searching for a long time. The Best American Short Stories 2014 and the Best American Essays 2014. We're going to be using these to supplement your learning in this class. Step 2 continued. These are optional texts. I love the practice of poetry, writing exercises from poets who teach. This is by Robin Ben, and it is a wonderful way to get extra exercises that will help you continue your writing practice in poetry. The Book of Forms is a wonderful dictionary of forms edited by Lewis Putnam Turco, and it has examples of almost every poetic form in English. Crafting the Personal Essay, A Guide for Writing and Publishing Creative Nonfiction is an excellent book on how to supplement your learning in creative nonfiction if that's an area you're really interested in. And it also helps you get not only get you more instruction on writing creative nonfiction, but it also helps you find publications for your creative nonfiction. And finally, Gold Passage is my latest book of poetry. If you are interested in seeing what my poetry is like, you can also Google me and find many of my writings online. Step 3. I'd like to review the syllabus briefly with you. Our class syllabus is located under Syllabus. Before our class begins, please review this very important document. You'll also see an overview of our class schedule by week, which is found in this area of the site. Course description and objectives. So I'm going to go over our syllabus just a little bit. English 200 is an introductory course in the practice of creative writing, including work in creative nonfiction, short fiction, and poetry. Emphasis is placed on learning and practicing the basic elements of craft and closely examining the work of published writers and students. There will be some use of workshop format to critique student work. English 201 is an intermediate course in the practice of creative writing, including work in creative nonfiction, short fiction, and poetry. Emphasis is placed on learning and practicing elements of craft and closely examining the work of published writers and students. There will be some use of workshop format to critique student work. So by the end of this course, you should be able to read and respond to the author's use of conventions of a number of genres, fiction, poetry, and nonfiction, of creative writing. You should be able to write original pieces of creative writing demonstrating your competency and literary conventions appropriate to the various genres. And below are our course objectives that I really encourage you to look over. How will you be graded in this class? Your grading is weighted as follows. Participation, that's the discussion forums and writing journals, are worth 40% of your grade. Your writing assignments, these are your formal writing assignments, you'll have one per week, is worth 40% of your grade. And your final portfolio is worth 20% of your grade. So participation, each week students will be expected to log into our course and actively participate in the week's activities. Your participation each week consists of discussion forums and a writing journal. Please refer to discussion forum rubrics for details on how you'll be graded in the discussion forums. For discussion forums, you will be expected to not only post your own response, but to respond to at least 3 of your peers' responses. The idea is to kind of simulate a classroom environment where someone says something and you respond to it. Your final portfolio, writing assignments. Each week, students will be expected to revise one of their writing exercises for a formal assignment. Each formal assignment is worth 20 points. Final portfolio. In lieu of a final, students are asked to turn in a final portfolio. Portfolios consist of 3 revised assignments, 1 representing each genre, and a reflective journal or video. The final portfolio is worth 100 points. For English 200, your portfolio will include 1 piece from each genre and will include a reflective letter. And for English 201 or 202, the portfolio will be genre specific, 5 pieces with an introduction and a reflective letter. Continued syllabus. Students in need of accommodations. Any student who feels she or he may need an accommodation based on the impact of a learning disability should contact Learning Services in the Library and Learning Resources Center, room 1766, and here's the phone number. A learning disability specialist will review your needs and determine appropriate accommodations. If you need accommodations for physical or other types of disabilities, schedule an appointment with DSPS counselor Cheryl Fernandez in the counseling department located on the top floor of the 800 building. And the phone number is listed here. Please know that all information and documentation is confidential, and please feel encouraged to make an appointment with me privately to discuss your specific learning needs in my class. There will be extra credit opportunities. There will be several opportunities to gain extra credit in this course. Students are encouraged to attend local literary readings, if a student attends a reading and turns in a 1 to 2 page essay via email about the reading and he or she learned about writing and what he or she learned about writing from the reading, then the student can receive up to 10 points extra credit. Here's our class schedule. As you know, we are currently in the orientation week. On June 15th, our class will kick off. Every Monday morning, you will receive an email from me that will kick off the week. It'll be also posted under announcements, but it'll come into your inbox and give you a link back to the course. Week 1 will be poetry. Week 2 will be poetry as well. Week 3 will be creative nonfiction. Week 4 will be creative nonfiction as well. Then week 5 and 6 will be fiction, where at the end you will be turning in your final portfolio. Please be ready to learn on day 1. This semester is quick, so make sure you are ready to learn on day 1 of the semester. Please take the time to review the Blackboard environment, purchase your book, read the syllabus, and be ready to learn before the first day of class. Good luck. Please don't hesitate to ask questions if you have any. I look forward to writing together.